Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. My name is Jacob, also known as CawGates, Satan Raken here on Magic Online, and today I'm taking you through a league with blue-white familiars. This is the deck that started getting me really involved in the competitive Magic scene, and it is, in my opinion, one of the most fun decks that you could possibly play in Pauper. This deck relies on Sunscape Familiar, the namesake of the deck, which says green and blue spells you cast cost one less to cast. So, eventually, that means if we have two of those in play, Ghostly Flicker costs one blue pip. So now if you have a Ghostly Flicker that costs exactly one blue pip, you can flicker Archaeomancer and flicker an island, and that costs you nothing. So you have infinite storm, infinite ETBs on Mancer, infinite blue spells that you're casting, and what does that do? That gives you infinite life here with God Pharaoh's Faithful. It also gives you infinite mill if you use this card, Sage's Rodenizen, which says whenever another blue creature enters the battlefield under your control, target player mills 2 cards. You'll notice I'm not playing that in this deck. That's because Pauper is pretty fast, and if you yourself are a fast player, you don't necessarily need the combo to win, but it is a thing that you can do. So the other thing that you can do once you have infinite flickers is you can flicker 2 Archaeomancers here and get back Snap, which says return target creature to its owner hand, untap 2 lands, and that gives you infinite unsummons essentially, which is another way to get infinite life. And so that's basically the combo-y aspect of the deck. The other thing is that once Sunscape Familiar is in play, all of these cards, pretty much almost our entire deck, is going to cost 1 less, which means that Snap costs just blue, Prohibit, Lose Focus, all these things cost just blue, which means that we're playing at a huge mana advantage against our opponent. So we're filling out the deck here with 4 Snaps, which we described, and then I'm playing 2 Lose Focus and then 1 Prohibit. Prohibit was something that I played a lot when Fairies was high, but I think I want Lose Focus now. And just because I can use it and replicate it to beat other decks like the Mirror or decks playing big cards, and I think that will be good. Then we have God Pharaoh's Faithful here as a 4 of, which says whenever you cast a Grixis spell, you gain a life, so that helps us get infinite life. My flex slot here is Dawnbringer Cleric, which is ETB, gain 2 life, destroy enchantment, or exile target card from a graveyard. This takes the place of the Echoing Truth slot, and it's good against Journey to Nowhere, makeshift munitions, obviously burn. And speaking of burn, we're main decking 2 Prismatic Strands here, which we can use to prevent all damage of a color of our choice. So we have the Modern Age, which loots, and then we loot away Prismatic Strands, have a free flashback on that, get free value. We're also playing 3 Deep Analysis, which is target player draws 2 cards with flashback, pay 2 mana and pay 3 life. We don't even care about paying life because we have so much life gain in our deck. And these 3 cards alone are drawing us 12 cards. 2, 2, 2 times 3. Or whatever. We're playing, these draw us 12 cards. So we have a huge amount of card advantage. And then we have the epic combo of Muldrifter and Ephemerate. So we can also use Ephemerate to lock up the game, and it's pretty fun. In the mana base, I've actually decided to trim 1 Ash Barrens for an island for a little bit more consistency, and then the Evolving Wilds have become the Obscura Storefront, which is a life gain land, and there is a little bit of a downside where if you played on turn 1 you could fetch the wrong color, but we're just going to ignore that because the small amount of life gain can make or break the red match. In the sideboard, I'm playing 1 more Dawnbringer Cleric to destroy evil, which is good against enchantments, but specifically against terror is why I have this in the deck, because I want to be able to get them off the table. Then I'm playing 2 more Revoke Resistance and 4 Shattering Blows. So these are all exile artifacts, and this will be our anti-affinity package. We're also playing 1 Dispel, 1 Loose Focus as our additional counterspells, and then 4 Hydroblast. So I believe that we're very well set up to beat Gates decks, burn decks, affinity decks, and we're a little bit scared to face blue-black terror, but we're going to do the best we can. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Don't forget that I also have a Patreon. Both of these things will be linked in the description below, and I will see you in the matches. Okay, we're in round 1 versus Crestomancy. We're going to keep. We have only 2 lands, but we have Muldrifter to draw cards, and we have Godfarrow's Faithful. It looks like they're on some sort of gate deck, maybe, or Mardu. We're going to play out the plains into the Godfarrow's Faithful to set up our lifegain engine, and then probably just run out the Sunscape Familiar if they are not red. Looks like they're maybe white Weenie. Squadron Hawk's not that big of a deal, but we want to get our Familiar out fast. Go land into Familiar. So next turn we can potentially snap and then play Familiar. We'll have 3 mana. Snap again, Muldrifter. They're definitely a white Weenie deck here. Play this Thraben Inspector to get more clues. Play Core Skyfisher, pick up Thraben Inspector. No big deal. Alright, we will snap the 2-drop. Play out the Sunscape Familiar. Well, let's just evoke this Muldrifter here, because I don't want to waste the snap necessarily. I thought I was going to get back to 3 mana, but I didn't. Luckily, we drew the Mortuary Mire, and we can just get the Muldrifter right back. Pass. So they can play 2 Hawks.
It gets me Tron.
Just 1 Hawk, okay. I don't know why they're only playing 1. Maybe Journey to Nowhere here. Nope, there's the other Hawk. Just hawking it up. So we have 4 mana, 5, 6, or 5 mana. Let's just cast this Muldrifter here. Sunscape Familiar again. Okay, we'll just pass. I thought it was a later turn. We've done so many things. We have to be worried about Guardian's Pledge. That'll make this... Okay. I'm fine with it. They're just gonna chump attack. Search Party Captain, so they're attacking just so that they could cast this as a 1-drop that draws a card. Nice cantrip there. They play a Thraben Inspector. Yep. Now they have more cards than they could possibly draw. Plays another Thraben Inspector. I assume they're going to start doing things at some point, but they've gone very wide, so Guardian's Pledge in hand could be a problem. We've only killed 1 Squadron Hawk, so the last card in their hand is a Hawk. So we're going to play Sunscape Familiar, play out the Muldrifter for just 2. We have Preordain and Prohibit. Don't really need to do anything. We can kick the Prohibit for 1 mana, so just sit here and block. We could double block the Core Skyfisher. It's not the greatest. Now they're going to start drawing cards. So now we don't know what's in their hand anymore. They play a Lunarch Veteran.
I think I'm still dead.
Yeah, that's fine. So the way this works is whenever a creature comes into play, they gain a life. But it has Disturb for 1 and a white, which is not... It says cast this from your graveyard. And then if you counter it, it just goes right back to the graveyard, I think. But then it turns into the Luminous Phantom. And then if you snap it, it just goes back to their hand and they can replay it again. It's a whole thing. You just don't want to play into that. I guess we could have put it back in their hand, or countered it and then exiled it with the Dawnbringer.
That all seems pretty good against them.
That's not that big of a deal. I'm just looking for Flicker or Ephemerate. I don't think I want these right now. Snap is pretty good. There's the Ephemerate, so let's go ahead and attack. If they double block, we can snap 1 and kill the other one. And then if they block with the Core Skyfisher, we'll just Ephemerate. They're like, what's gonna happen? Ephemerate. Land. Just play another Muldrifter. I guess right now we have become the go wide deck. Still not wanting to walk into a Guardian's Pledge. Journey to Nowhere will take a Faithful, I guess. But I don't have to care about it because I have the Dawnbringer Cleric. So I can once again just draw more cards by blowing it up. 3 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand.
Blocking matters a lot more.
They're not going to attack. So we get to ephemerate. We're going to put the exile zone over here and ephemerate. Draw some cards. Play Dawnbringer Cleric. Blow up that. Get my Molderster back. Draw some more cards. Land. Chancery. I'm going to pick up the plains. It's not doing us very much. I'm going to start getting rid of some things. Let's get rid of this hawk. Okay. Untap. Play Mancer. Get back Ephemerate. I'm going to Ephemerate. Get back Snap. And they are going to scoop. Perfect. So you can see there that we were going to tempo them quite a bit with all the snapping. And then maybe still look for the flicker. If we found the flicker, we would have had infinite life. We did not. Prismatic Strands, though. It's possible that Prismatic Strands is good here. I feel like I want Dawnbringer Cleric. Destroy Evil is not very good. I'm just going to go with 2 counters and then use the Prismatic Strands as kind of a counter. We can lock them out eventually with Prohibit. All right, we have Modern Age into Strands. We're on the draw. So I think we're going to be looking to go land, pass, grab an island, Modern Age, pitch the Strands, then pitch the Deep Analysis and draw some cards. So we're going to make effective use of our time and do some yielding. They're going to pitch the Lunarch Veteran, which they can just cast from the graveyard, so that makes sense. Grab an island. Okay. So we're just waiting on them to pass.
Alright, if somehow he can't do 2 damage.
Land. Modern Age. Go ahead and discard the Strands for value. Next turn we will probably just discard the Deep Analysis, as I said. Unless we draw in... Well, I don't think there's anything we would want to do otherwise. Search Party Captain. So they're going wide. If I find a Plains, that'd be good. Or... Okay. There's the Plains. Still going to discard the DA. I'm going to go land. Faithful. Go back up to 7. Pass. So now, going to block, and then they can't pledge plus mana tithe me, so I'm just going to block. No big deal. I have Strands available. Strands is really, 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 really good against monocolored aggro. Okay, they gain some life. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. I'm not worried. Our deck has 4 Modern Age, 4 Muldrifters, so it's 16 total power of attackers, and we can close out games pretty quickly. Before the Modern Age, we were just not closing out games that fast, to be honest. So let's Chancery, pick up this Plains, just go ahead and snap the Hawk. They have a response? No, so... Am I afraid of Mana Tithe? Oh, they're just going to cast it anyway? Wow, I almost walked into it and they just gave me a freebie there. Alright, untap, untap. Go ahead and Modern Age. Yep. Discard the Plains. Cast a Preordain. I think I'm going to top both and just pitch one of the islands to the Modern Age. I probably should have bottomed it in case we had more and more islands from there, but alright, so they're going to get rid of the Faithful. Finally. No! Gets rid of my flyer. Okay. Color me surprised.
Electron after this and
Discard an island.
figuring it to beat them. Thank goodness.
So now what? I guess now we just go ahead and cast Archaeomancer. Get back Preordain.
Alright.
Cast Preordain. Faithful Familiar. We'll top both. Easy. Pass. No attacks. Like, I'm not even scared. I'm not even paying any attention to my life total. Guardian's Pledge costs 3.
Choices.
That's all I know.
Kinda just want
So they
to
can't cast it and tithe me. Block.
play around the
Block.
Soul Surge Sprite entirely anyway.
Don't care if they put that back in the graveyard. We're finally going to cast the pledge, and we will give protection from white.
That sounds nice. I'm not in a rush.
So now our free spell's gone,
At least not until they play things.
and we're gonna be gaining a lot of life though, so it's no big deal. Sunscape Familiar. Is there anything I want to snap? I guess we're gonna snap. We could snap our own Archaeomancer. Yeah, that's probably the play. So I'm gonna attack. Because I don't really care about snapping these.
Okay.
Snap this. Boom. Untap. Familiar or Faithful. Archaeomancer. And they scooped. We're just gonna get snap and start, controlling the game with Ephemerate and snap. It's all good. See you in the next match. Okay. Round 2 versus Alvatar, who's been on burn. I think we're just going to keep this. We've got a couple of cantrips to start doing stuff. So let's see if they're on burn. And they are on burn, so we're just going to F6. Possible play Yildal. Land. Look for a Faithful. What happened here? Okay. Control Bug. Looking for a Faithful. Modern Age. Strands. Not really that interested in a snap, but it might be okay. We'll keep the snap. Bottom this though. Keep the snap. So next turn we're going to Chancery and Preordain, most likely. We'll probably just Preordain first to give our options, or keep our options open. So they're rebirthing, which means that we have snap targets. They sacrifice the blood token. They're still on just 1 mana. Plains. Preordain looking for the Faithful. Muldrifter Modern Age. So the question is Muldrifter fast enough at this point? I think probably not. I'm going to bottom the Muldrifter and keep the Modern Age, play the Chancery, pick this up, and then discard the Ash Barrens. Okay, 5 damage. Go to 13. So Familiar. Familiar, land. Now the Muldrifter is looking better. Snap this. We're gonna untap. Preordain, still looking for that Faithful, and we found it. Now we're in a great spot. We're gonna go Faithful into the Modern Age, discard the Plains. And we have Drifter Ephemerate no matter what next turn. They'll most likely have to tap out. So let's see what they do. Attacks with everything. We're just going to block here because the Faithful is worth a lot to me right now. If they have Galvanic Blast, it kills the Sunscape Familiar, but it can't kill the Faithful right now. They could have just had a Lightning Bolt. I probably should have blocked the Monastery Swift Spear actually if I was going to block anything. Okay, they're going to Lava Dart me and nothing. Okay, so I guess I'm glad that I didn't use the FAM on the Swift Spear. Okay, that's tough. It looks like we probably want to discard the Modern Age and then Drifter Ephemerate. I like having my next land drops lined up, so looks like that was not the greatest plan from us. I'm going to snap Swifty, since I'm now going to have mana to counter it. Play the Faithful, cycle for an island. Island, your turn. We still have the ephemerate that's going to resolve. So we would get punished if they have Swift Spear into a bolt. Epicure is fine. Don't care about that. Just trying to. So they have a Kuldotha in hand then that they're trying to resolve. They don't want to blow up their own land. So with the ephemerate in exile, let's pop this out. Go ahead and draw 2 cards. Should have kept that Modern Age. Okay. We will Preordain. Okay, I like all these. Or not that, but I like this. Then we're going to go Cleric. Gain some life. Ooh, we could also get rid of the Lava Dart. No, I'm just going to gain life. Modern Age. Discard an island. Pass. We had to lose focus up for the Swift Spear, but now it doesn't probably matter that they have a Swift Spear. I'm just trying to keep them pinched on mana and attackers. They can't get in at all with their 1/1s, and they've conceded the game. So this is a pretty simple sideboarding. We're going to bring in the Dawnbringer Cleric, cut the Prohibit, and then bring in the 4 Hydroblasts. And I'm going to cut Archaeomancer, Familiar, and Ephemerate. The Familiar is not going to matter that much unless we get to the late game, and if we get to the late game, we're already winning. Archaeomancer is relatively expensive. We have one more cut to make, so I'm cutting a Moldrifter. It's a strange thing to actually cut the card that has the most card draw in your deck, but if we hard cast it and they have a Pyroblast, it's a really big deal. So we're keeping Deep Analysis because it is more likely to force through a Pyro. Ooh, darn. So this hand would be awesome if we ripped an island, but we are not going to bank on that, so we mulligan. We're keeping, and I'll get rid of Ephemerate. That's just a later turn card that won't matter here. We could have ephemerated the Dawnbringer Cleric, but I would rather have the opportunity to draw cards and buy out of the mulligan. So we're going to attack for 1. We play a Faithful. Probably not going to block, unless they play something pre-combat. Star. Yeah, I don't really want to get got by the bolt on this. I would rather play out the Dawnbringer Cleric and then have like block with the Dawnbringer Cleric and have that get bolted. Then it's like a 5 life swing. Land, Cleric, gain some life. No attacks. Sometimes you forget that God Pharaoh's Faithful can attack. I've seen people use God Pharaoh's Faithful to ninja some stuff. Okay, so they play a Synthesizer, Kuldotha Rebirth. So they're likely going to rebirth the Synthesizer. Okay, they have 2 rebirths the Star. So that indicates to me that they still have the like a bolt in hand. And we will just not block. Kind of nervous. We're gonna go to 16, because it's not too bad. And I'm going to fetch on upkeep to hopefully not draw. They have the Galblast anyway. Whoa, what? They miscounted. Okay, that's good for me. Good for me. Perfect. We're getting an island. And so my turn sets top. You draw a Hydro. I think I will... I'm going to sit on the Hydro. As weird as it is. Sad mistake from the opponent. Swifty. 3 cards in hand. Kuldotha Rebirth. Let's Hydro that. Well, let's see what they resolve. Mountain, Hydroblast. Gain a life. Maybe they have a Pyro. Looks like yes, they have a Pyroblast. So what's the last card? Could be a Bolt. We go up to 16. They play the Mountain. They're going to attack with everything. 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8. Fire Blast. Okay. So we didn't really have an option. I didn't know that Fire Blast was their last card. Yikes. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just didn't have anything going on. And we'd lose the game. Go to the next one. Was it greedy? I guess it was greedy to hydro the Kuldotha. Should have waited. Try again. Okay, we're on the play. We have Preordain Hydro I'm keeping. No lead on Preordain, looking for the Modern Age, I think. And obviously White Source. What's it gonna be? Prismatic Strands. So I like that, right? But I don't have any way of drawing cards. I'm a little bit nervous here. So we're going to draw the Prismatic Strands next turn and then draw Blind. We have a Hydroblast. So we can Hydro a Kuldotha. Snaps. Okay, we're going to attempt to Hydroblast. F6. They have the Pyro. We draw a Preordain. Looking for white mana. Top land. Let's go ahead and clear the board. Snap this. Just bring them down to a 20 turn clock. No big deal. I mean, we did multiple for one ourselves, but it is what it is. Not even for one. We did some sort of 3 for a 2/3. 2 for a 3. I don't even know. It was a lot. Okay, gets in for 1. Do I kill it? No. Go land. Deep analysis. Let's see if they have another Pyro. So if the deep analysis had been Muldrifter, we could have gone evoke Muldrifter into Pyroblast, Hydroblast, but it was not. They have a Synth, Mountain, 3 lands. Gets in for 1. I think here we Mortuary Mire. I'm sorry, not play Mortuary Mire. We're going to pitch this Strands here. Looking for planes, did not find it. Land. Draw some cards. We'll fight. Okay, we have a lot of blue mana. We drew Preordain and a loose focus. We have Prismatic Strands in the graveyard. And are they going to Molten Rain an island? Looks like no. They have a Fire Blast that they can just easily smash us with. 5 for 4. Yeah, I mean, might as well, right? You're gonna smack with the Swifty. Still looking for white mana. 3. So it's 7 damage here. We go to 8. plus bolt. So we go to 4. Yikes. Okay, we're looking for the planes. Did not find it. Last chance. We found it. Oh my goodness. Cycle, planes, land, play the planes. Okay. We can live. Because we can play the strands and gain life. We're going to have to block the samurai token. Okay, we go to 2. Unholy Heat. That stinks. Lose focus, I guess. Go to 3. We need a blue spell. We need something to draw cards with. Very, very, very tight. I need like a preordain into a deep analysis or a mold drifter off the top or something. They're going to chain lightning, so we're going to attempt 2 strands for red. We're just going to pass. I mean, we're dead to a burn spell. Should not F6. Oh, they had a land. Nothing. Faithful. So we have to fade again. I'm going to look up for a second. Okay, so I'm just going to not play into Molten Rain, assuming that's their last card. And we're going to hope to fade one more time. And they got it. No, they didn't. Whiff, please. Let's see. They got it. Okay, well. Can't win them all. Just did not come together. We drew a lot of cards, but one. So we're at so many, like more than halfway through a deck almost. Only one deep analysis. Darn. I guess we drew the Vector Glider too to draw cards. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, round 3 versus Ankylosaur, who had previously been on Ponza. So I hope they're not. We're going to preordain. This keeps happening to me. Okay. Alright, this seems fine. As long as it's not Ponza, it's fine. What's it going to be? Okay. No longer scared. So we're just going to play Chancery and pass. Likely they're on Affinity. So we're going to need to start drawing cards quickly. Not Affinity. No, I'm very confused. Dire Mimic. Okay, I don't know what's going on. This has flash, so they played on their main phase. It can add a color of any mana. Just gonna play planes, go. Something weird is happening. It becomes a 5/5 for 3 mana. So this can become a 5/5 now. Thorn of the Black Rose, okay. Something weird is happening. Don't understand. Get rid of the thorn. Grab my preordain. Preordain. Usually we can beat thorn decks pretty easily, but we have to draw into our deep analysis and stuff. We draw our Archaeomancer. So we have infinite snaps at some point. No tax. Let's see if they drew a land. They'll have to hard cast the Thorn again, otherwise I'm going to get in with the Archaeomancer. Or they could just cast a removal spell. Get rid of the Faithful. Jukabog. Okay. So the snap's off the table. Plays a Blood Fountain. I don't know. Some sort of like mono black control situation. Attack. Take the Monarchy, cycle for an island, play the island, play the Archaeomancer for no value. So they have to play the Monarch, so that's fine. We can attack through it, and then we can either Strands or Flicker. I think I'll probably Flicker. Alright, attack. I take the Monarch. Play Plains. Faithful. Your turn. Now, we'll probably want to get rid of the Chainer's Edict with the Dawnbringer. Wellspring. Yeah, this looks like the MBC list from USP Dudes with some crazy additions. Dire Mimic. Discard Suffocating Fumes. Land. Are they going to attack? No attacks. I have 5 mana. Play Cleric. Exile the Edict. Land. Your turn. I don't really need to attack. I'm just trying to get to the point where I draw some drifters. There it is. Easy peasy. They're gonna Deadly Dispute. Okay. Vampire Sovereign, fine. We're going to gain some life, I think. I don't know, doesn't matter. I'm not nervous about any of this, so I guess we do this. Flicker. Get back our Flicker. Snap that. So I have to cast it again. Evoke the Muldrifter. Flicker Drifter and Mancer. Okay, so we basically have infinite snaps now, but we don't. Not exactly. So we're just going to hold, I think, in this position. Nah. Playing the Mancer, or play the Familiar, then stay there. We're going to discard the Strands. So that's good. We can block and kill the Thorn. And then they're going to bog us, so let's Strands on black. Play the Vampire Sovereign. Yep. Okay. Now we can just flicker. Draw some cards. If they kill either one of them, we have the Mortuary Mire the next turn. This is a situation, this is a matchup where you would definitely want to have the dang Sages of Denizen, because they're never going to scoop and we're going to go and have to play at a time. It's going to be really annoying. Discard the Storefront. Okay, we have infinite life now. Just cycle for an island. Play the island. Just attack with everything. They go for the block, and we go for the flicker. I don't think they have removal at the moment, but it would have been bad if they did, because I did not plan to try to beat that removal. So let's deep analysis ourselves. Kind of looking for a counterspell. There's a loose focus. Okay. We're going to discard some lands and deep analysis. Plays Radiant Fountain. Wellspring. Sorry, one sec. Okay, they Chainer's Edict, which is fine. What do I want to get rid of? We'll get rid of this. My plan is to just mire it back, no big deal. And that's not an attacker. They did not want to attack with everything. Okay. So if they're not going to attack, I don't really need the Faithful. Get rid of the plains. Play the island. Modern Age. Get rid of the Chancery, I guess. Chancery, play out a Familiar. Play Milldrifter. Snap, okay. So we can snap this. Attack with everything. We have the Prohibit too, so now we can just lose focus their creature. Counter. I don't know what they're doing over there. Just playing nonsense decks. Totally fine. You can do your nonsenseness. Okay, counter that. Unfortunately, they're just going to gain the life back. I don't remember how much life that thing gains. Put this down here, get back Flicker, get back Prohibit. Flicker. Back back snap, get back flicker. Just go ahead and snap this blocker. Tap on tap, flicker. We're going to get back loose focus. We have an ephemerate. Okay. So we've gotten to the we've gotten to the point where they're never going to win, but I guess they're just going to stick around. It's a deadly dispute. They could have a crypt rats or something. We can counter the crypt rats right now. They have 8 mana. We're slowly building up attackers. Yep, 3 life. Blood Fountain. They get a blood token. No big deal. We ephemerate. And prohibit. They're just using their blood token. Okay. We're gonna get back snap. Snap this. Flicker for snap. Flicker for cards. And I will want to get rid of the Chainer's Edict. Okay, so now we have more attackers. But one of our attackers is now locked up with the ephemerate. Okay, draw a card. Oops, put the stack way up there. We're going to discard a snap, play a land, start attacking. Mancer, get back snap, play. Let's just go ahead and snap the Dawnbringer. So we make some colored sources. Play the Dawnbringer Cleric. And then we're going to exile the Edict. And play out Modern Age. Discard the snap. And your turn, opponent. Now we can counter everything. Let's get rid of the Modern Age at this point. So we need to replicate for 4. 1, 2, 3. 3. Same targets over here. We are locking up the game. They refuse to pay. That's fine. As expected. That's kind of what I was going for. Plays another one. Okay, just lose focus. Without any replicate. And then later on, we can actually flicker the Dawnbringer to get rid of their stuff from the graveyard that they're trying to get back. Just counter that. Maybe that was a bad idea. Then I'll ephemerate, get back to loose focus. Because if they have Bog right now, I'd be in a bit of trouble. They didn't have it. Okay. Ephemerate. Get back ephemerate. Okay, draw a card. Discard Strands. Play Mortuary Mire. Get back to Faithful. Attack. Send. Cast Mold Drifter. Okay, F6. So the plan is to not deck. We're going to discard the Faithfuls. Really, they have the prerogative to try to win, and they can't though because we have this. I suppose they could get one back. We'll ephemerate over here. Exile one of them. Looks like they have a Reckoner's Bargain. Okay. I was going to say maybe it was like a cast down or something. Exile target card from the graveyard. This one. Okay. Our turn. Flicker. Get back our counter spells. Definitely don't want to be playing out any of our Faithfuls because it's just time suck. And our game is lagging. Ugh. Okay, I missed collect and accidentally got that thing twice. So we're going to ephemerate. Get back ephemerate. I think we have just the win here. Attack with everything. Let's see. Yep, we got there. Okay. So Strands can be good versus their Crypt Rats. We want the Revokes over the Clerics. I think maybe, maybe not. We probably want some Revokes. Get rid of one snap. Okay, we're gonna keep. Probably land into Island. I don't know. Kind of want to preordain, but I don't want to discard. But now they're gonna just go ahead and duress me, so that's fine. They take the preordain, maybe? I don't know. Take the revoke, lose focus. There's lots of options. Okay, they take the lose focus. So they want to resolve a creature. Cleric, I don't want that. Keep the cleric, it's fine. They play Radiant Fountain. They're going to play their Ichor Wellspring out. We don't care about that right now. We're going to, let's see, just play Chancery. And then we have lose focus now for their 4-drop, so they can't play the Thorn on 4, which is extremely important. Oh, come on. Well, that stinks. I guess that's why they wanted to lose focus. Opponent is not playing for fun. They're playing to win and blow up our lands. So they're still playing their Ponza strategy, even though they're on a new deck. Still got the Ponza ready for you. So hopefully they don't draw land, they play the Monarch, but they don't. They have the Monarch here. Ooh. Nope. We're just gonna nope that. I think I'm gonna kill their land. It's fine, right? 2 can play this game. Just go ahead and kill your land, I guess. Play land. So we're back on the same, although we're 2 turns behind on lands. They play a Vampire Sovereign. Oh no! Fine, I'm not afraid. Deep Analysis. We can next turn go Faithful into Preordain and Deep Analysis. Not really the Modern Age as well, though. Crypto Ratzo. Crypto Ratzo. Okay, Preordain. I'm gonna keep both. Play the Modern Age. Discard an island. Play the island. Pass. Pass again. The Edict My Faithful. Not very nice. Looks like we're going to discard the Archaeomancer here, unfortunately. Play Muldrifter. Draw some cards. Looking for more Faithfuls. They probably have a removal spell. Chancery picks up the Mortuary Mire. Come on. We take 4. They play the Nile Spellbomb. Okay. Probably should crack it right now. They refuse to crack it. 4 mana. Okay. So, guess we mire. Try to get back Faithful. They crack it. Okay. Yep. Preordain. Snap. Top. Let's snap this Crypt Rats. I have 4. Play Dawnbringer Cleric. Gain 2 life. Dawnbringer Cleric. Gain 2 life. Play the Modern Age. Discard the Modern Age. Pass. Wellspring. Alright. Plays Dispute on the Wellspring. And both of our loose focus are gone. We have 1 loose focus left, I think, in the deck. It's kind of a pain. This whole game is a pain because they kill their land, and then we don't have a way to deal with their Crypt Rats over and over and over. I guess the Dawnbringer Cleric can get rid of them from the Blood Fountain, but I can't stop it from coming down. They only have 2 black mana, though. They Spinning Darkness my creature. Attack. Yeah. Now we get to attack. Preordain. Snap. Get rid of the Preordain. Cast Muldrifter. Play the Familiar. Send. So they play and crack the rats. I had to step away for a second. And we're in a problematic position. We go to a million, take 2. They have the... Okay, I'm just going to concede, I think. Well... Cast Muldrifter. We can block and snap the Drifter. We have a Prohibit. Prohibit can counter another Crypt Rat potentially. So there's that. Three mana. No. Find this deck difficult to face. They have a lot of stuff going on. I think we will just double block the Vampire Sovereign, actually, to try to kill it. But then they can replay it and then kill me. Then they're gonna kill me anyway, though. They get back the rats and the Vampire Sovereign. Okay, let's see what they do. Choking Sands. So that kills me, I guess. So we have to snap the Muldrifter. And then we have to try to prohibit it. You know, I probably got killed by that first Choking Sands. Let's just go to the next game. Really annoying. Destroy Evil. Potentially good. Strands, actually, pretty good. Dawnbringer Cleric, not very good. No, actually was pretty decent. Oh, it's just a lot going on. We have to beat too many things. Get rid of Snap. Put in another Revoke. Get rid of the Strands. Yes, we would like to play first. Keep. Land, get an island. Chancery, hold up, lose focus for the stupid thingamajig. See if they address us though. They mulligan to 6. Choking Sands is what I'm trying to not lose to. They mulligan to 5. Opponent keeps 5. We play island. Pass. They're probably mulliganing to Choking Sands. Grab an island. Chancery go. So there's some nerves here. We could have Dark Ritual or something. Wellspring is all it is, so they might have Wellspring Dispute. Land. Pass. Kind of playing scared here. Probably cast the Modern Age into pitch the Deep Analysis. Another Wellspring? Alright, well, let's counter that. Since they mulled to 5. Looks like they're trying to draw land. Okay, they just wanted to Bajuka Bog me. Alright, we will play land DA. There's another land, so if this dies, it's not the worst, but it's pretty bad. Okay. Faithful. DA, draw some cards. They killed the Faithful. Okay. We're trying to get some creatures on the battlefield with Modern Age. I would go land, play the Modern Age. Probably pitching the Snap or the Deep Analysis. Looks like we're going to pitch the Storefront, actually. Can we win here? I think we can win the game if they don't have anything crazy, but they're going to go to 4 cards and then let's see what they do. Thorn or something would be a problem. Deadly Dispute, okay. 5 mana for the opponent, 6 mana for the opponent. Place Duress. So they can see that we have a Prohibit. They get rid of the Prohibit. Play another Duress. Guess the Snap. They Duress the Deep Analysis. Do they have a Bog right here? That's a weird thing to Duress. Okay, draw a card. We're gonna discard I guess the Cleric at this moment. Faithful. Draw some cards. Mortuary Mire. Mortuary Mire, get back the Cleric. We really need the Prohibit back. What do you got, opponent? Black deck versus blue deck. A tale as old as time. If they have Chainer's Edict here, we just snap the Familiar. They're stopping on their upkeep for a very long time. Okay, so we called that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of these. Pass. We have Edict Protection with the Modern Age next turn. I think what I want to do is play out the Familiar and then play the Archaeomancer and try to get back the Prohibit. And then hopefully we will be able to counter a Nile Spellbomb coming off. And we're going to look for them to not have, although we have Prohibit. We have Snap. So we get Ephemerate for Prohibit. Ooh, I'm going to take the Snap here. Because we can Snap and then Ephemerate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. What is your play? 1, 2. Cast down. Snap. And then we're going to Ephemerate for Prohibit. If this resolves. If it doesn't resolve, then that's fine. They have Spinning Darkness on the Archaeomancer, so we can't Ephemerate. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Chainer's Edict. Okay, can't do anything about that either. Play Familiar. Draw some cards. Guess they knew we had the Ephemerate. I don't even remember. All right, play this. Pick up the Mortuary Mire. Play Modern Age. We're gonna discard the Faithful. Now we have 2 white sources, which is good. That's kind of what we needed. Play the Vampire Sovereign. Okay. We're going to draw and discard. We're going to discard Cleric. Faithful. Guess the Faithful here. Play out. Think this through. I think I have some sort of infinite, right? Play Familiar. Familiar. Okay. Mire back the Archaeomancer. Yes. Draw the Archaeomancer. Play Archaeomancer. Get back Snap. Get back Prohibit. And then we can, oh, actually, we can Flicker, Snap, play Darnware Cleric. Ephemerate for Flicker. Flicker here. Snap. Snap this. Play Dawnbringer Cleric. Gain 2 life. Ephemerate. Get Flicker. Gain some life. Okay, your turn. Oh my goodness. What a crazy time. I think we just have to try to lose focus. 2 mana, Wellspring, okay. So we can upkeep Flicker to get back. Okay, there's something tap out for this, so we get to lose focus it. Now I'm not going to try to get the Faithfuls back, although the life gain is good. Alright, Ephemerate resolves. Here I am. I thought that this would be a quick match. I just joined the league, so it's red everywhere, and here we are, like, playing infinite turns. Okay, Ephemerate this. Get back to loose focus. Okay, Preordain. Yes. Mancer. Cleric. Top. Play Cleric. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exile. Let's just gain some life. And then Preordain. Get the Cleric. I think just one of these is fine. 6. Attack. Finally attack. We need lands. We need to attack before the game is over because we've timed out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 mana. Deadly Dispute. Just going to counter that. That gets countered. Okay. I'll Spellbomb. Lose focus. We're going to let that resolve. And then we're going to Ephemerate, and then they use the now Spellbomb. Then we Flicker. Oh, I forgot they had 0 cards in hand. No, because they played a land. Okay. Ephemerate. Get back Ephemerate. They say no. We go Flicker. Go ahead and go see Flicker here. I'm going to exile, or just gain 2 life, whatever. Get back Ephemerate. And then I'm going to Ephemerate. And then I'm going to get back Flicker. And then that will be it. Now the next thing that I can do is start exiling their Vault of Whispers. So let's get rid of one of them. Play Mancer. Get back that attack. Pass. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. 7 mana. They can flashback a Chainer's Edict. They decide to go for it. So we're just going to lose focus. Counter. And then Flicker to get back lose focus. And try to not misclick here. Lose focus. So let's move the stack down, move the abilities up so it's easier. And we got there. Okay, we'll see you in the last match. We got 2 more to go. Wow, that felt like a long time. We'll see you in the next matches. Round 4 versus Top Grinder. I'm going to keep. We have a turn 2 Modern Age. And they're on gates, so that's perfect for us. Pass. Now, we don't really want to walk into a Spell Pierce specifically. We'll grab a Plains just in case. Let's play the Chancery and pass. And I will get rid of the Ash Barrens. It looks like they're gonna keep holding up counters. No, they played a Hawk. Alright, that's good. Go Familiar into Modern Age. Get rid of the Plains. Depending on what they do next turn, we can discard the island or the deep analysis. They play their own modern age. Discarding of fumes. Cycles. An island. Is island still holding up Spell Pierce? Probably not Force Spike. Probably Spell Pierce though. So let's discard the Strands. That's a good discard. And then I can just play out Muldrifter and we'll see if they have Force Spikes. And that's a no. They're F6. We will pass. So Prismatic Strands in this matchup is specifically to protect us against Guardian if they have a fast Basilisk. But generally they're not fast enough. It's a little bit risky, or shuffled based on whether or not they have that fast Basilisk anyway. So, I mean, they're not going to be hitting us till like turn 5. We have tons of time. Okay, they're just playing out Modern Ages. There's the Spell Pierce. Ephemerate. Let's snap this. They get 3 more. He's like, okay. Cool. Alright, so I don't really care about the strands that much. Cleric I do want. Just keep the 1 strands. And then maybe Dispel would be good. Could bring in Destroy Evil as well over the strands to blow up their whatever their big creature is. I think I'll just keep the strands in the main, or in the deck here. And then keep the second cleric because the cleric can gain life and then it can also blow up Journey to Nowheres. Okay, this is a medium hand. We can pitch the Prismatic Strands right away. And then we have Familiar plus Snap. Yikes, they mulled the 5. Lead on island and pass. So we have a turn 2 Familiar. And okay, they're hawking. To undo their mulligan, it goes up to 6 cards in hand. And we will play turn 2 Fam. So the next turn we can try and do some stuff with the deep analysis. Like we can play tap tap Chancery, pick up the plane, snap, deep analysis, deep analysis. And they might Spell Pierce that. So based on them having Spell Pierce, I'm just going to play the Chancery. They grab an island, so here we could be seeing a Guardian. Guardian would be okay though, because we can do a lot of stuff on our turn, because we have the double bounce land and the snap. Plays a Modern Age. Discarding a land. Another Hawk, okay. So we are all clear to do things. We can get rid of both the Hawks for turn. Not great if they draw into another Brainstorm, but we'll see. Pick up this, get rid of that, untap, untap, tap, Mancer. Get that, snap that one, deep analysis. Going to Ephemerate for the snap. Modern Age. Get rid of the planes. Now that we drew the Dawnbringer, I'm just going to blow up their Modern Age. All right, pretty decent turn. They play a Hawk, and they don't search. Draw a card, discard the Strands, play Faithful. Cast DA. Start attacking. Won't, won't. And now we can play land into Modern Age. I have Counterspell. Just Ephemerate and get back Snap. Then I'll snap my Mancer for life. And back snap. Since I can, I was already tapped out anyway. Pass. They have a red land, but too much. We win the game. They did mulligan to 5. We'll see you in the last round. We're in round 5 on the draw, so because of that, I'm going to keep. I have a cantrip, and I have a couple turn 2 plays. I have a lot of draw power as well. Planes. Okay, Boros Bully or White Weenie. We've already beaten White Weenie this league, so I feel good about it. Just have to draw lands. We have the Prismatic Strands that we can pitch to the Modern Age. We draw a land. We probably want the Archaeomancer. Not right now. Because we need to find a planes here. But turn 2, Modern Age, discard Strands. Get in for 1. Thraben Inspector. So they gain some life. And any lands? Alright, so it is Boros Bully Gates. A little bit tougher of a matchup than the actual White Weenie deck. Discard Strands. Alright, I think we're looking to discard the Ghostly Flicker here if we don't draw a land. They're going to get in. Put me to 17. And then what? Draws a card. They're looking for their land drop. They found the Heap Gate. And we are going to draw. Found a Chancery. Alright. And Deep Analysis. Okay, so I think I just discard the Deep Analysis. Option here is to snap their creature and then play Familiar and Deep Analysis. They likely have some sort of interaction. It would probably be better for me to just pick up the land, and then next turn I can go Familiar, Snap, Drifter, Flicker, Drifter, and then hold up Prismatic Strands for a bolt. Battle Screech. Okay. So Snap is pretty good to get a couple of tokens off the battlefield. And we'll be protected from 1 rally with the Prismatic Strands, so I probably want to wait on using it. Unless they bolt the Familiar, in which I probably have to use it. So we get a 2/3 flyer, and we have a Godfarrow's Faithful now. Land, Familiar, get rid of a token. Drifter. Another Snap would be nice. Flicker Drifter.
Found it. So we go snap, tap, untap, play the Arcane Mancer, get back flicker. Alright, pass. One more Arcane Mancer and we have infinite snaps and infinite life because we have the infinite snaps. If we get a familiar, we can just make infinite life. They discard a Prismatic Strands and a Sacred Cat. They have one colored source open, otherwise they're just white mana. Plays are Fiend to Informant. Okay, they gain a life, they connive. No big deal. And we win. So Vector Glider is really, really good against these kinds of decks. Prismatic Strands seems really good as well. Question is, do I want Hydroblast here? Let's focus. I think the deck is probably relatively pre-boarded. Trying to think this one through. Dawnbringer Cleric for the flashback spells and for the Journey to Nowheres. Prismatic Strands to keep us alive. Very good in this matchup. So I guess what I'm looking to potentially upgrade is the Loose Focus and the Prismatic Strands. Hydroblast can be good. We know they're going to be bringing in Pyroblast, but Loose Focus can counter the Hydroblast or Pyroblast. This spell can counter it as well for 1 mana. They don't have a lot of other things that we want to counter. And I like that Loose Focus counters the Battle Screech. So I think I'm going to just swap 1 Strands for 1 Loose Focus. Okay, this is not a keepable hand because we don't have anything going on. We have 1 black land. This is not a very good hand, but I'm going to keep it. Put back the Obscura. And then we'll just play this for planes. They're going on relics, huh? So they're playing a deck that relies on flashback, and they're playing relic. Let's see if we can get them to have to use the relic and eat all of their spells, and then teach them a little bit of a lesson. I don't think you want to be playing relic in this deck, unless you're just planning on playing it out and never cracking it, which is another option. We play the Faithful. We're gonna pick up the planes, and then we'll go Godpharaoh's Faithful into Preordain, gain 2 life. Journey to Nowhere. So the Cleric was a good call. Looks like maybe we want Revoke Existence. Faithful, Preordain. So we're just kind of biding our time right now, and I want to add stuff to the graveyard. So I will, still gonna bottom this. Top that though. Just play it out. I don't really want to use the Deep Analysis as just a draw too. It's pretty expensive. I want to wait until I have 6 lands. I can just play it and then play it again. Okay. So now they are trying to get to the point where they can flash back to Battle Screech, but if we find a snap and a flicker, we might have to just play out the Deep Analysis. Have it get eaten, sadly. Probably gonna gate up their informant. Alright. Mole Drifter. Do you have the Pyroblast? Not today. Okay. Alright, so I think what I do is play the Guardian, so they're gonna flash back to Screech. So now we have an opportunity to play through the Relic. Land. Snap. Get rid of this. Untap, untap. Play Archaeomancer. And now what I'm going to do is flicker Mole Drifter. Draw 2. And we did draw the island, so that's what I was going for, trying to draw the island. And untapping my land, making the flicker cost just 2 mana. But actually, we didn't have a land drop available, so that was not necessary. Should have flickered the island for the preordain. It looks like they're going to make the Guardian big. Attack for 7. Okay. Another Relic. I wonder if they'll crack one of them to draw a card. They're sitting on 1 card. They're going to go Dawnbringer Cleric. Destroy this. Cast a Preordain. Top. We're gonna go land. Modern Age. Let's see, let's Preordain again. Well, they have double Relic at the moment, so I think I'm just going to Modern Age into Flashback Deep Analysis. So far, Relic is not super helpful. We attack. We're going to be putting a lot of cards into the graveyard this turn, and then we can maybe force the crack. I don't really want to lose the flicker, though. They're just trying to add lands so that they can continue making their creature bigger. Yeah, that makes more sense to attack with the gate with the cat. We're at 11. Okay, draw a card, discard this. Play land. Preordain. Undo all the attacks. Ephemerate and Muldrifter. Alright, so I want both those. I did deep analysis. Deep analysis again. Go 17. And then we're going to go to discard. Discard the storefront. Since it's a like super duper tap land. Okay, my storefront is exiled. We finally cast the looting. Hopefully they just exile some more flashback cards that they can't cast, because they'll have to exile them to Relic. They're continuing to hold up a bunch of mana just to be able to cast the relics. Okay, here's the moment where we can fight through the relic. Alright, so here we go. Would have liked a familiar, so let's preordain looking for a familiar. Faithful. So, I guess gaining more life is good. Don't need the land. Play the Faithful. Attack. We're going to flicker. We have Prohibit, and we have Ephemerate. They crack the relic. We Ephemerate. Get back Flicker. So this is 14, 15, 16, potentially 18. So I think what we want to do is Flicker here. Gain some life. All right. One relic down. If they want to use the other one, well, okay, so on upkeep we will cycle the Ash Barrens in response to the relic. Then they exile the Ash Barrens, and then I'm going to get back the Ephemerate. They have to use the relic, then I can just Flicker for Ephemerate, Ephemerate for Flicker. Then the relics are moot. They make the Guardian ginormous. Okay, so we have successfully beaten these dumb relics. Just looking for a familiar. We have a bajillion life on the table. All right. So we got them with that cycle of the island. Now we exile the Ash Barrens. Get back the Ephemerate. They let us have it. Play familiar. Okay, let's first run out the Modern Age. Discard this. Okay, we have infinite recursion here. Not that useful. We need a snap. They have 19 power, I believe. No. 14, 15, 16. Draw 2. We have the strands. Okay. Now we have infinite life. So I guess I play out. Play the familiar. Play the island. Whoops. Flicker. Okay, we got there. So the thing is, let's go back to match. I got into a sticky situation where I wanted to cast the Prismatic Strands because I wanted to discard it to hand size, but I couldn't. And then I was like, oh no, I'm screwed. Because this was still going to be 19 damage. I only had, or whatever, 16 damage. 17, 18, potentially. So I was flickering the planes to get back flicker, and then I would flicker on the island to gain infinite life, and then they could try to disrupt it, then I would just ephemerate for it. Because that would have put me ahead enough, I think, to win. So we're back at the list here. I think that this has been my most successful type of setup that I've got, and these two Prismatic Strands are quite good against Kuldotha. But what this modern age situation lets you do is you are able to play some sideboard cards in the main deck. I was pretty happy with everything. We still did not get to test Destroy Evil against the Terror decks. Some people are using Circle of Protection Blue, which we also could use. I just have not had a chance to run into them. I'm still testing, trying to figure out what I'm going to play for this PTQ upcoming on the 12th. And if you're interested in my testing process, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit me up on Discord. I also have a Patreon where I'm going to be sharing all my testing. I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.